Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope that you're doing wonderful. And for those who are brand new to me, my name is Whitney McNeill. I'm a certified medium and a spiritual teacher. And as we near the end of the year, it's always really good to start looking at what's worked for us, what hasn't worked for us. And last week I went live talking about 60 spiritual ideas that hopefully inspire you to really look at starting or pivoting in your spiritual business. So many of us have this need, this desire to turn our life purpose into our career. And today I want to talk about making aligned decisions as you're getting started or if you're pivoting in your spiritual business. So if you're here watching me live, I'd love to say hi to you. And if you're watching later, I'd love for you to just comment #replay. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what I wanted to get into today. So first off, if you would like some inspo, you can go to messengerspirit.com/ideas to get your 60 spiritual business ideas. But I think it's really important that we really look at where you're going and starting to make some aligned decisions about what's holding you back or what's going to catapult you forward when you're starting to really move into your life purpose as career. So I'm making aligned decisions. When we make aligned decisions, we know that we are making decisions in alignment with what feels good for us. Now, let me just say, sometimes we feel like what would feel good would be to hide under the covers because we're too afraid to put ourselves out there. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about once you let fear go and you let your limiting beliefs go, you make decisions in alignment with what feels good for you. So first off, I'd like for you to take a moment and close your eyes. I'd like for you to just release and take a deep breath in and out. And if fear was not holding you back and you had all the confidence in the world, I'd love for you to tell me, what would you do? What would you do? What business would you create? Or if you already have a business, what would you do differently? What would feel amazing to you? And I'd love for you to write that down. You can write that down so that you can remember it later, or you can tell me in the comments. It's a great way to hold yourself accountable, right? So what happens is we have these ideas, we have these beautiful visions, and then our ego comes in and says, you can't do that, or you can't make money from that. That's never going to sustain you, right? All these other thoughts that come up. And so if you've been with me before in Intuition Abundance Academy, and maybe you're inside of Aligned, you know that we need to kick those limiting beliefs to the curb. Now, I don't think that we can fully reject them because then it just makes them mad and they come back in full force later. But understanding and acknowledging, hey, thanks for being here. What are you sharing with me? So let's go ahead and look at making some aligned decisions. So first off, I want you to make a list. I want you to tune in with your intuition and your body. So even if you're like, Whitney, I got to clear my mind and tune into my intuition, I want you to just check in with yourself and say, what do I want to do? What do I, in my heart of hearts, want to do? Who do I want to help? What am I so freaking excited for that I would love to do in a perfect world? And so writing down who that is and what you're doing. And then once you've written it down, I'd like for you to write down, why do you think you can't? So sometimes people will say, well, in a perfect world, I wouldn't have to make any money from this. So that's a limiting belief. That's obviously a connection that we need to look at a little bit more deeply into your relationship with money and why you would think it would be bad. So understanding in your perfect world, everyone has this beautiful abundance that we're tapping into, and you deserve abundance as well. And so what are you so excited and lit up? And then write down, why do I think I can't do it? Then I'd love for you to look at those why you can't and honor them as limiting beliefs. Okay, this is a limiting belief. And understand that that's a story that you've told yourself, or maybe a story someone else has told you that isn't necessarily truth, right? And looking at you are spirit, you're co-creating with your spirit guides, and it is time to move forward in alignment with your path and your purpose. So I'd love for you to look at the limiting beliefs and realize that a lot of times that you project your own limiting beliefs on your potential and your future clients and customers. And so knowing that that might not be how they really think, and 99% of the time, that's probably not how they're really thinking. You're just projecting your own fears and insecurities onto someone else. And so just allowing yourself this space to understand that they've been there, but they're no longer serving you, you go back into what you really want to do. And so as you're making decisions, you're writing down what you really want to do and who you want to serve. And I'd like for you to look at, how can I do this virtually? Because right now there's a lot of energy to move everything into a virtual place. Now that doesn't mean you have to solely do it virtually forever, but there's a lot of limiting beliefs on healing sessions or readings or something of that sort that think there's a limiting belief that it has to be in person. And let me tell you, as a psychic medium who's been in business since 2010, I will say that some of the most effective sessions are remote or at a distance. So looking at, do I have a limiting belief on virtual sessions, virtual classes versus in person? And look more into that as well. Now, the key is to look at the limiting beliefs, realize that that's an old story. So you can just kind of set it aside. And really what I'm trying to get you to do today is to tap into your energy and what feels good for you about what you want to do, who you want to help, and how do you want to do it. And so as you're continuing to ask yourself these questions, make sure your body is responding excitedly to your answer. So get out of your head and into your heart, into your body, into your intuition, and say, you know, if I take fear aside, what is it that I want to do? And then how do I want to do it? And really looking at how you would like to build your business. So that means, do you feel excited with one-on-ones? Do you feel excited helping people individually? Or do you feel excited teaching in groups as well? Maybe it's a bit of both. So it can change as well. So many people out there who teach about business will say this is only one way that you should do things. You have to have appointments and you have to have a group offering and you have to have this tier and this and that. And I'm here to tell you that it's not a one-way kind of deal. You get to create your own reality with your spirit guides. And if you are not in alignment with whoever is telling you to do it a certain way, you are not going to manifest the abundance and the wealth that you would so want for yourself or for your clients. And so it's going to be really important that you are building your business the way that feels good for you. Now, I'm going to give you a little tough love. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be things that come up like imposter syndrome. There's going to be like, oh, I don't know if I want to be out there so much. All these things, there's resistance based in fear about really putting ourselves forward. But the way that you get to build it, whether if you want to do group things or one-on-one things or a mixture of both or selling products, whatever it is, knowing that you have to feel excited about it and feel good with it in order for it to manifest. So today, I just really want you to get clear about where you are going and how you're going to get there. Now, let me just back up for a minute. You all know that if you've been with me for a while, that your spirit guides figure out the how and you have to take the aligned action. But what I meant by that is tuning into how does it feel for you to help your clients? Would you feel good about writing a book, producing a product, offering a class, offering sessions, doing retreats, whatever feels exciting for you? And recognizing that it doesn't have to be in person and that there's really no limits. We just have the limiting beliefs that put ourselves there. So tell me in the comments what you're excited about, what you decide for your business that you'd like to do or who you want to help. And also, again, if you have not grabbed the 60 inspirational business ideas, I'd love for you to do it at messengerofspirit.com/ideas. Myra, good to see you. Avril, hey, good to see you. Patricia says, good morning. Avril says she wants to do reading tarot and growing my own smudge sticks. That's amazing. Good. And so really tuning into how that feels for you, right? So it sounds like reading tarot is going to be one-on-one sessions, which is really great. Avril also says selling cut geodes, and another one is writing stories from tarot inspiration. Awesome. So one of the things that I like to do is put all my ideas down. And then once we made those decisions, really looking at what's my next step to start, right? So if you've really learned anything from today or you've taken away anything, I'd love for you to just get really clear, like Avril did, on what you would like to do, how you would want to help them, right? So again, remember, Spirit takes care of the how, but I'm sure you have an idea of how you'd like to help them. So an example, April's talking about tarot. That's a how. So understanding you can be open and flexible if more intuitive information comes through, but really honing in on what feels good for you, even if you're scared. So knowing that you can deal with the fear later at a different time, today's exercise is just about getting really clear about what you would love to do. For some of you, it might be speaking on stage and you're like, I don't know, like if I really want to do that, but that's what feels like I should, or I feel like a compulsion to do it. So knowing that it's going to be in alignment with what your soul says in your heart of hearts, without any fear, without any lack of confidence, right? Like, what would I want to do? So anyway, I hope that gives you some good inspo as you're moving through and as we're winding down the year and as you're moving into the new year. So don't forget to get your free 60 ideas, messengerspirit.com/ideas. And I hope you have an amazing holiday season. All right. Bye.